Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Happy day 963, 963, 963, 963 days. Oh my gosh. Of what's she up to now? She being me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, because I couldn't think of a name when I wanted to document my journey transitioning from the brick and mortar world and over a quarter century in corporate America to the online world. I couldn't think of a name, so I said, I will just call it What's She Up To Now, and I'll think of a better name down the road. Well, I still haven't thought of a better name. I actually haven't given it any thought whatsoever. It's just my way of keeping a record of what I'm doing, what's working, what's not, and just kind of a little journal of what I am up to on any given day. Well, today was Supersize Your Business Idiom Pulling Strings. Talked about strings and pulling strings in both a positive and a negative way. We can pull strings in a positive way for the people we serve, or we can pull strings in a negative way behind the scenes to try to manipulate things and get our way and get a benefit for us in a negative way. So it's kind of like anything else. Almost every one of these idioms that I've talked about, and I think today was day 564. And so that means I've done more than that. I just started counting. I never start counting right away when I do something. I do it for a little while, and then I realize that if I'm going to keep track of what I'm doing, I need to actually count it. So I didn't start counting that one or even this one or right away. I don't even remember where in my journey I started actually documenting it. I know for months I was invited to document my journey, and I didn't do it and didn't do it. It was at least probably more than 6 months. I bet it was almost a year or over a year. I think it was over a year before I started actually documenting my journey and keeping track of what I was doing. And mostly I was because I was just doing a whole lot of everything and nothing was working. I mean, I was just shotgun approach, throwing stuff out there to kind of see what would stick, the old spaghetti on the wall thing. That's what I was doing when I first came online. And it was not very effective. It was very frustrating. You'd work on something, throw it out there, crickets. Then I would say, well, that didn't work, so I need to do something else. And I'd follow the next shiny object, which I can't believe I got shiny object syndrome online, because I don't think I really had it that much when I was offline. When I was in the real world of business and the corporate world, I was pretty focused. In corporate America, I started my career. I'm actually an engineer, so I started my career for a big manufacturing company. Always wanted to work in manufacturing, and had during college as a production management type person. And then I moved into the quality function. And from the time I moved into quality in that organization, I pretty much stayed in the quality function throughout my corporate career, with a little stint in my last job as the sanitation VP as well. So quality and sanitation. I'm not sure how those really went together, but my boss thought they did, so I inherited the sanitation department 3 months into that last gig, and ended up being really, I learned a lot. I learned a lot, which actually probably has helped me a lot during COVID and helped me to see and understand and be more creative when it comes to solutions for what is possible, what can you do when it comes to keeping your environment safe for you, your the people that work with you, and for your customers and those people that you serve. Everybody involved. So today's idiom was about pulling strings. Done lots of idioms and discussed those for Supersize Your Business, because any one of them can be used in a positive or negative way, just like pretty much anything else in our world, right? You can use almost any word or anything in our environment in a positive or negative way. Anything to excess can become negative, right? I absolutely positively adore caramels. Sea salt caramels, my favorite. But if I eat too many of them, it kills my joints and it gets inflammation and I get sick. I get sick if I eat too many of them. I think sea salt caramels are one of the best things in the whole wide world. I absolutely love them. But too much of anything, even a good thing, can be bad. So working on the setup for success in September, every day I'm just sharing a life lesson learned as I prepare for the next 30-day Get Up and Go Challenge, which will be October 1st through 31st. We'll do, again, this will be the 4th time I've done it as a 30-day challenge, which I really like because it allows us to delve deeply into each area and aspect of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. Each one of those key areas of our life. And it allows me to share the SOAP framework, which is really perfect during COVID because we need to clean up our act. We need to be keeping in mind that soap, just like masks and other tools, are really beneficial during certain times of our life. And it's nice to always have soap in the background at a subconscious level where we can just automatically call upon it whenever there's a change or a challenge that comes into our life. So that's basically what the 30-day Get Up and Go challenge is about. It's about helping me and you to always be better off after a change or challenge than before. So whether it's something as big as the coronavirus or the COVID-19 pandemic and how that's impacting each and every one of us, or it's, I broke a nail, right? It can just automatically pop in. Okay, I break a nail. What's the situation? My nail broke. I had my nails, they were all nice, and I broke a nail. And then we go in and through the model using that. So it can be for anything as stubbing a toe, anything small or anything big, waking up late, getting up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever. So working on that. Fun challenge today was to dare to be great. So we're challenging ourselves in some way, shape, or form in a fun way to be great today. Have great fun somehow today. So those are the challenges I'm working on. Also doing a reading challenge, which for me, being blind, legally blind, it's a challenge to do a reading challenge. But I've got tools, and what I'm doing with it is I am making myself get and put in place the tools and the things and the strategies I need to use in my life as a person that's visually impaired to move forward and continue to move forward in my life. So it's a traditional reading challenge. I love Avril Beckford and her challenges. This is the second one I've done with her. The last one was more traditional. This one is take a specific situation, problem, or thing you want to learn, and for every day in 30 days, consume a book. And I don't want to say read a book, because she teaches us different ways and strategies of consuming and extracting the information we need out of a book without actually reading the whole book from cover to cover. The word read is defined differently in her challenges, and I love that because that's what we want to do. It's like researching on the internet. You don't want to read everything on the internet. You never could. It's impossible. But you want to pick and choose the things that are appropriate and necessary to get the objective that you want achieved. So doing that. A couple other challenges I'm auditing, but I'm actually not really putting forth a whole lot of effort to do them because life is happening around me, and life takes priority and precedence definitely over other people's challenges. Not over my own challenges. The ones I'm leading, I go all in on, and I do them no matter what. But other people's, if I'm just auditing them, I pop in and out just to see what's going on, what people are doing, what's working, what's not, what I think they're doing that's really kind of yucky and shady and manipulative-y and pulling strings in a negative way, because there's a lot of that going on. And I found that as I moved from the offline world to the online world is so much about marketing and sales and messaging and stories and leveraging people, and a lot of it's manipulative, and I don't like it, so I don't play that way. But that's for each of us to decide. PR stands for personal responsibility, and that was today's Setup for Success lesson. And I shared a tactic and I don't know if it's a game, I guess it's a mental game that I play, and I was just kind of testing the waters to see how other people respond and feel about that. It's what I call the black bag and the white bag exercise, and how I use that to black bag to absorb and eliminate and get rid of negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, doubt, worry, fears, things like that, and how I use the white bag to expand the things that I want from my life. So shared that today. First time I don't think I've ever shared that before. So I think it's the first time I've shared that, and that's a strategy that I use. Done and studied a lot of different modalities and a lot of different strategies, especially following my sudden cardiac arrest. Before that, I was into personal development a little bit, but I was super duper busy in my life and raising my family and things. So it was kind of just an on the side when I got a chance or I heard about something, I would read it or research it. And then following my sudden cardiac arrest, I urgently and on purpose searched for answers and meaning and personal development type activities and things. So for the last decade, that's been a really big, important focus and part of my life, is finding those things. And over that journey, I found some stuff is awesome but it's so freaking complicated, I don't do it. You know, it's like meditation. There's all kinds of really complicated ways that you can meditate to do it right. You know, everybody's got their own version. But I find, to me, the simpler I keep my meditation practice, the better. And the same is true like with this black bag exercise and the white bag exercise. There's all kinds of complicated ways to deal with past trauma, past hurts, past experiences, or current feelings and doubts and fears and worries and emotions and thoughts. And I've done a lot of those, but I don't keep them up because they're complicated. They're hard. I have to remember. I have to pull out a book or a resource or a tool or an app or something to remind me to do it. If I have to pull out an app or anything to remind me to do it, I'm not going to do it, right? I'm just not. Now, I do set alarms on my phone for my medications and things that I need to do and take, or appointments or calls or Zoom meetings and things, but that's different than having to have an app to remind me to do a process that, even if it's a great process, if it's complicated, I'm not going to do it, which is why I like the bag exercises and different exercises. That's why I learn a lot of stuff, and then I'm like, okay, well, how can I get the result I want in the simplest way possible, the easiest, fastest, quickest, most efficient and effective way possible? Because it's just kind of how I am. I'm like, let's go the direct route. We can take 100 steps to get from A to B, or we can take 2. I'm always going to vote for the 2 steps, right? I'm not ever going to vote for the 100. It's why I like certain people's books and certain authors, and I'm not going to name any names, but some authors have, you know, a 50-step process to success. Others have 5. Who am I going to follow? I'm going to read them both probably, but I'm never going to do the 50 steps to success. And there might be, for each and every one of us, it's a different number and a different process for us to succeed, because we're each on our own journey. And it might take me 10,000 steps. But if somebody tells me it's going to take me 50 for sure, then I know it's going to take me quadruple that or more. I'm not going to follow that process. And maybe it's broken down more, whatever. I still am going to always go for the most direct route. If you're going to communicate with me, tell me what your problem is. Tell me what you want. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you want to go. And then we'll figure out how to fill the gap in between. But we're not going to figure out how to fill it with a whole lot of unnecessary stuff. We're going to try to go like the crow flies, the most direct path. Are we going to always go that way? No. What's going to happen is it's going to look like this, but that's going to be because we're shooting for this, not because we're shooting for these and we're going, you know, all over the place. It just makes it a more direct route. All right, that's it. That's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, go out, make it an absolutely fantastic day. And I'll be with you tomorrow reporting what I'm doing, what's working, what's not. I'm promising myself I will spend at least 20 minutes on the book today, because I have not been 100% committed to doing that. Again, if life gets in the way, I go for life and I back off on some things, especially the things that I'm not 100% committed to. So maybe I just better commit to it. But I think that life is more important, and there's a lot of drama and things going on around me that take precedence. So have an amazing day. I'll be with you tomorrow.